Good gaming, everyone. It seems like Microsoft takes one step forward and two steps back when it comes to gaming. After last month's heralded um, game showcase for the Summer Game Showcase, one where I guess most would agree they had the best showcase of the summer. Some even saying, and I quote, "This is the best Xbox showcase they've ever seen." A month later, they announced they're having they're giving another price hike to Game Pass. And while in theory it doesn't seem so bad, right now it's about a $40 price hike, and it's about $240 a year. And some people can say, well, I buy 5-6 games a year. That's worth it. 5-6 games a year. Well, that's hundreds of dollars, really. In practice, it's different. And this is coming from a person who I've said many times, I went straight PC for more than a year. Got rid of my PlayStation, Xbox, got rid of my Switch, and I played a lot of PC Game Pass during that time. And this is the experience you usually get. Now, I'm not saying there aren't people out there who this is good enough for them, but for people who really game as like a pastime, I can't even say it. That's their main source of entertainment, their relaxation, the thing they look forward to while they're at work, and they want to come home and enjoy that and go back to the struggle of work again. Game Pass that's not what you go to usually to scratch that itch, to take care of that uh, you know need, or whatever you want to call it. What usually happens with Game Pass, like I said, played tons of Game Pass on PC. What usually happens is you get a whole list of games, big list of games, pretty much, and you try them out, and it just, most of the time, I'm talking like 70, 80, I might be generous, of the time, it's just, you can play it for a little bit, and it's just not anything you're gonna commit to. Let me get to the news, the actual details, and then I can talk about it a little bit more. So, reading from an IGN article, there's been some changes to Xbox Game Pass and its tiers. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is now $19.99. That's $19.99 a month. That's up about $3 a month. For that, you get access to a full library of Xbox games, PC Game Pass games, EA Play, and Day One titles. You get online multiplayer deals and all this stuff like that. Then they have an Xbox Game Pass Standard, which is $14.99 a month. You get access to a limited library of Xbox Game Pass games, which doesn't include Day One titles, plus online multiplayer, member deals, discounts. This tier is actually coming soon. It doesn't exist now, and may not launch with the rest of these changes, which comes September 12th this year. PC Game Pass Standard Edition is $11.99 a month. PC Game Pass games and EA Play is what you get. And Microsoft has confirmed to IGN that day one titles will be included in this subscription. Right? That doesn't mean all the day one titles, by the way. That's usually reserved for Ultimate. Xbox Game Pass console, which is another tier, is $10.99 a month for existing subscribers only. Limited library of Xbox games alongside member deals and discounts. No longer available to purchase as a new subscriber, but day one games are still included as they were before. Then you have Xbox Game Pass Core, which is $9.99 a month. Around 25 Xbox Game Pass games, online multiplayer, and member deals, discounts. That tier, I'm pretty sure, just doesn't have day one games, and I don't think I've ever used that core. So these are the changes. Like I said, it's a price raise on these tiers, and for most people that I can't even say just people that really game, it's just not worth it. I know you're doing the math, like $70 a year. You know, that's $210. If you have specific games you're looking for every year, and they fall into this category, I guess then fine. Yeah, I guess that works. Like if you're looking forward to Call of Duty, then that's gonna be in here. Then you're gonna get some Blizzard games. You're gonna get some ZeniMax, Bethesda games every year. I guess you could say it could work. Certainly, but if you're really just looking for specific games and it doesn't really come on Game Pass day one, then trust me when I say this, it's not worth it. You're going to be trying a bunch of games. I'm pretty sure this happens to most people. You're going to try a bunch of games and you're going to maybe like it a little bit. Most of the times you're not going to like it, and if you like it a little bit, you might play it hour, 2, maybe something along those lines, and you'll be done with it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is what Game Pass reminds me of. For those of you who gamed in the 80s, some of you were too really young to know what's going on, but even if you know gaming history, remember the Gamecrash? Remember the Gamecrash of the 80s? And for those of you who don't remember the actual headlines, that the US Gamecrash, you may remember this though. You walk into a game store, right? You're looking for your Atari game or your Nintendo game. You see all these games, and you try to pick one based on the cover. And does the cover look good? And you get home, you play the game, and it's just trash. You just don't like it for whatever reason. And you do that over and over and over and over. And you just kind of get tired of it. That's what Game Pass is like. It's like the US Gamecrash, in a sense. It was like during that time of the amount of shovelware. And even with the when you can click on the game and see the trailer for it, the previews, it's just not. It never really satisfies you. It even that doesn't tell you enough about the game. What Game Pass is for, right? This is what you should use Game Pass for. I got PS Plus right now. This is what you should use Game Pass for. Game Pass should be used if it has game trials and all that stuff like that. If you see a game that is going to have a game trial on PS Plus or Game Pass, or you can just try it, then you buy Game Pass for a month. You try the game. You try a few games here and there. If you don't like it, you know, play the rest of the games for the month. Enjoy that month. And if you do like it, then purchase the game. That's the best way to use it. I did that with recently on PS Plus with Stellar Blade. There's a game trial for it. I played it, didn't really like it, and I thought it was going to be good. It could be, but I didn't like it from the game trial that I tried, and I kind of saved myself a bunch of money right there. PS Plus also has classics. I'm playing that right now. You may see Jumping Flash on the screen. I'm also playing a few other classics. Legend of Dragoon. It has its benefits, but it does seem like it's just kind of siphoning money out your pockets if you're not really paying attention to the subscription. It's a little akin to having multiple video subscriptions that you're not really paying attention to, and it's just kind of charging you month after month. So if you use Game Pass wisely, it's a really good deal. If you get a game on there that you really want to try, it's like paying for a demo or for renting a game. That's where its best value is. Now coming up, next year, if they start launching their Perfect Darks and all these games that look good, then it might be worth it. But even then, I would say $20 for the month and try it out. Even Perfect Dark, try it out. If you don't like it, you saved yourself $60, I guess you could say. Plus, you played some other games. But it is a difference. Like PS Plus Premium, I forget how much it is a month, but for a year, it's almost $100 less. I think it's like $159.99. You know what I'm saying? So I forget how much it is for a month, but it is significantly cheaper. If you want to, it does have game trials. So if you want to try a game out, I love that. I love that about PS Plus. You can try it out, even because sometimes you swear in your head that this game is exactly what you want. You buy it, you just wasted $70 because it's not what you really want. So that's I don't like the price hike, but I think it's good for Microsoft since no one's really buying their games. It helps them fund future projects, and we could probably see more game showcases like we saw this year if their games are selling on PlayStation, and then Xbox Game Pass is successful. So moving on to Palworld. For those of you who don't know or remember what that was, Palworld is a game that's kind of like Pokemon with guns. So it's a survival game where you wake up on a island, and on that island is a bunch of mysterious, powerful creatures, and you kind of build your way up your gear, your weaponry, and you start catching some of these creatures, and then you can use them not only to fight but to build a base, eat, travel, and do all type of stuff. So Sony has recently done a deal with them. Sony Aniplex, not PlayStation. Now, Sony Aniplex is like their music division, but they also do video and anime. So it seems like Palworld is going to be creating an anime, which is exciting. Some of their Pokemon did have some of their pals, right? Slip of the tongue, Freudian slip, had some cool designs, or really cool, nice personalities, so on and so forth. I don't think it's going to be marketed to kids because it does have guns, but anime is not always really marketed to kids. So I'd like to see how the story goes. It's definitely not Pokemon when it comes to story. It definitely is about surviving on an island. There is some really adult themes in this game, even though it's very cutesy. But Palworld is a game that when I first played it, it was my first game of the year candidate. So I definitely look out for it. Aniplex produced some anime in the past. Demon Slayer, Cells at Work, Full Metal Alchemist, and the Fate series, which is an anime that I got into. I really liked Fate. Really, there's like multiple versions of Fate. I think I like 2 or 3 of them. Very good concept they have. So they have experience and they have the resources to make a really good anime. I guess it just depends on whether Palworld really has a story to tell. But it would be hilarious to see it go up against Pokemon, I guess, one of the OGs, and see if their anime is anywhere near as interesting and fun to watch as Pokemon was, especially in the early 90s, early 2000s. So yeah, that's it for today. You guys can tell me what you think about this in the comments. If you really get us into subscription services, it doesn't have to be GamePass. What do you think about it? If you experienced that at all, did you get that feeling that I had of that reminder of when you used to walk into video game stores? Magazines weren't really that popular at the time to preview these games, and you just took a shot in the dark and failed most of the time. And what do you think about this? About Palworld and whether it will be something worth watching? So, thank you for watching. See you next time.